Okay, guys, today we'll just be doing a fairly quick lesson on the physical property density. Um, so away we go. Density is a measure of how much mass is contained in a unit of volume of a substance. I'm sure you've learned a little bit about density before in elementary school. Substances with larger densities have more mass packed into a particular volume, and it's a characteristic property. Measuring density can help identify something. So it's equal to mass over volume, or D equals M over V. And this, it came up in the last section that we went over, but we never really used it for anything. Um, Possible density units can be grams per milliliter, grams per centimeter cubed, or grams per cubic meter. If you're into the whole triangle thing, then this is what you use here. And that is the PowerPoint. We're going to continue on beyond it, though. I'm going to discard my little blurb here, and really the bulk of this lesson is going to be showing you how to use that formula. All right, so here's a bunch of problems. A sample of copper with a mass of 44.5 grams occupies a volume of 5 cubic centimeters. Calculate the density. So just like with all our other stuff, the proper way to solve these will be mass equals 44.5 grams. The volume is equal to 5.0 pardon me, centimeters cubed. The formula is mass over volume. Density equals mass over volume. 44.5 grams divided by 5.0 cubic centimeters. So I grab my calculator, 44.5 divided by 5, and I get 8.9. Now let's think about what the units will be. We divided grams by cubic centimeters, so it's going to be grams per cubic centimeter. Just go based on the units that you have. Now, I'm not going to do all of these as examples. We're going to look at when they start to get repetitive, then we're going to stop. All right. The second one is not repetitive because what it does is it gives you a block of wood with some dimensions. It's a rectangular prism, I suppose, 10 by 5 by 3 centimeters. Gives you the mass, says find the density. All right, so hopefully I have enough space to do this. I'm going to write mass equals 60 grams. The volume is going to be length times width times height, which will be 10 centimeters by 5 centimeters by 3 centimeters. 10 times 5 times 3 is 150 cubic centimeters. Now, after that, it works exactly like the first one. We just go density equals mass over volume, which is 60 grams divided by 150 cubic centimeters. Even the units look like they're going to work out to be the same. 60 over 150, I get 0.4 grams per cubic centimeter. All right, let's have a look at the third one here. It says turpentine has a density of 0.87 grams per milliliter. Calculate the mass of 25 milliliters of turpentine. This is the volume. It says find the mass, and it gives us the density, and that's what makes this one a bit different. So I'm going to write that down. I'm going to say, okay, it gives me a volume of 25.0 milliliters. Gives me the density this time of 0.87 grams per milliliter. And it says find the mass. That's what I guess I should have had a question mark in the other two. So to solve for mass, if you looked at that triangle, it would be mass equals density times volume. So the density is 0.87 grams per milliliter times 25 milliliters. So I go 0.87 times 25, and I get 21.75. Now, what are the units going to be? Is it kilograms? Is it megagrams? No, you just take the mass out of it. What was the mass in the density? Grams per milliliter. So it means the mass was in grams. And that's how you do that. Let's take a look at the next one. The next one solves for the final thing. It gives me a density again. It says how many milliliters. That would be a volume that we're trying to find, and it gives us a mass. So let's write down the stuff. All right, first thing I see is density 0.78 grams per milliliter. And it tells me find the volume, and it gives me a mass of 20.0 grams. So let me think about this for a minute. The volume's on the bottom on the formula, so it's going to be mass over density, which in this case is 20.0 grams over 0.78 grams per milliliter. Typing into my calculator now, 20 over 0.78 gives me 25.6. I'm rounding that, 25.6 milliliters. How do I know it's milliliters? Well, it does tell me in the question that it's going to be milliliters, but also milliliters is part of the density unit there. So even if it said just find the volume, we would know that it's milliliters, not cubic centimeters, not cubic meters or anything, or liters or anything like that. A sample of metal occupying a volume of 6, I'm seeing that as 6 cubic centimeters, has a mass of 128.4 grams. Calculate the density and identify the metal. So I don't know that we're going to be able to do that just yet, especially since I don't have a periodic table on me, but let's go. Mass equals 128.4 grams. The volume is, I'm seeing again that as 6. It kind of looks like it could be an 8 though. 6.0 centimeters cubed. Find the density. So just the standard mass over volume version, which is 128.4 grams over 6.0 cubic centimeters. 128.4 divided by 6. So I got 21.4 grams per cubic centimeter. So what you would do now, if you want to identify the metal, is you have to have a list of densities of metals. Now, if you do have your textbook with you and you look in the back of the textbook, there should be densities listed with each metal. So you just match 21.4 grams per cubic centimeter with that. Now, in the section that we're in, you'll see a page reference here towards the end. You could also, there may also be a list of metal densities there, and perhaps you can match it there. Anyways, 21.4 is the density. And we've done 5 of these now. What I did last year and what I normally would do with you guys is I would just kind of make my own examples on the chalkboard, and I would give you guys this as an assignment. Now, there also are some density problems in the section in the textbook, so I'm probably just going to have you guys do that. And then if it looks like you guys are struggling with this, or if I get emails from you guys saying that you're struggling with this, I will do another video lesson on Friday, and I'll probably just do, well, these. I'll go over these as examples for you, all right? So for now, I'm going to consider it done if you can get the questions that I have assigned in this post done. Just like before, post pictures of your answers, and that should be good enough. Keep the emails coming if you have any questions, and that's about it. I'm not going to post anything else until Monday now, maybe just a reminder Friday. To get your work handed in and to sign the attendance form. Make sure you fill out that attendance form. There's still a few stragglers this week. Again, they keep asking me for names of people who aren't signing into attendance, so make sure you do that. I just forward on the names to the office of who's not signing in. All right, guys, good luck with this. Please, this is the only formula you have to use in this whole unit, so just go ahead and email me if you're having any problems with it. All right, good luck.